Aloha. Great job today. Tell you what, I'm just gonna go over a quick concept, and I think you got it on your own for this. When we're doing the downstrokes, they're called quarter notes. You got this. When we do a downstroke and an upstroke, we call them eighth notes. Now there are subdivisions besides just those eighth notes, like triplet, 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 triplet. And when we have 16th notes, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. I have to say, after doing music for this long, that 16th notes are the best way to subdivide any rhythm. Because if we have something like just a, let's say a G major to a C major, to a G major to a D, we're playing a 1-4, 1-5 chord, or a progression rather. We can do them in eighth notes. What we find is when we're going through this, it seems a little bit pedantic and boring to do the same groove. So this next one, if we did 16ths, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2, just going down and up. They're double the amount of eighth notes. So we can fit 4 of these 16th notes in one whole note. Concept is to give a little pizzazz to our music, we'll play the same chord progression, but we'll influence it with different rhythms. Maybe a quick sus and a bring back. All these things are little bitty caveats. These are the things that we talked about that are tools inside of our tool bag to have fun with later. So no matter what key you're in, you can do these kind of rhythm progressions. When counting 16th notes, if we were just to mute it or to play, let's say, an A minor, we can have rest, 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 upstroke. We would be doing 16th notes, 1 E and a, and then on the un, we press down on our fingers. Without pressing down, we just get a muted chord. So essentially we would have, and then we would play on the up for the 4. 1 E and 1 E and 2 E and up, E and 4 E and. If you do it on the 1 and the 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. It seems weird going slow, but if you go fast, 1 E and a, 2 E and a. That's how we practice rhythm. We fool ourselves into doing one, like with A minor again, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 and a, 1. Those rhythms turn into, and nothing happens fast. You gotta go slow to go fast. So the concept is you go slow then fast. If we were doing eighth notes, just doing about right there, it becomes really hard to do all downstrokes. So that's when I pull my fingers in to be centralized and loosen my pick. And then if I realize I can't go faster than that, or the music doesn't call for that, dot, 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 that's when I turn into down up. Wherever you fall apart, that's as fast as you go. You slow back down, you go up to that point, you fall apart, you slow down, you go back up to that, you fall back. Try it every day for a week. Don't go past the point where you fall back. And I guarantee you, and after 2 or 3 weeks of this, doing this concept in rhythm, you will actually be able to play any rhythm that you put your mind to. Awesomeness. The other thing we're talking about was secondary dominance on top of secondary dominance. So in a very, very easy way, using that same explanation, we have a G major to a C major, G major to a D. Well, that second D major, C major, is right in between. Rather than going right back to the 1, let's play the secondary dominant of G. G, A, B, C, D. Cool. Well, if we play a D7, it goes right to that D, or that G major. However, if we play a secondary dominant in front of that secondary dominant, let's say like an A7 to a D7, then to G, we would have G major. Here's a C. Let's use just that first secondary dominant this next time coming through. This first time through sets the groove. 3 chords, 3 in the possession. We're gonna have a G major to the C again, but then we're gonna throw a quick D7 before the G. It splits the time. now we're going to play both the secondary dominants. We have a G major to a C. Instead of going right back here, we're going to play an A7 to a D7. Oh, sorry. A7 to a D7. What am I doing? My brain's not working. I'm sorry. We're going to have an A7 to a D7 to a G. Then back to the D. Might feel a little weird with that A7, but feel what it feels like in a little medium pace with all three of those. They all work in congruence. In fact, I probably wouldn't even do the A7. I might even do like a C-sharp diminished right into it, something really fun. So the idea is you're able to play two secondary dominants in front. You can do 3 or 4 or 5. Doesn't matter how many of those you have right before that tonal note, as long as the one you play right before that one is the 5th of the chord you're going to. Awesome. It's good seeing you. Until next week.